Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully everyone can hear me. My name is Kathy Gallucci, and as Interim Chief Human Resources Officer, I'm honored to participate in today's recognition of the 2020 Staff Award recipients. I'd like to welcome everyone who was able to join us today, award honorees, nominators, supervisors, coworkers, family members, family pets, and guests, and all gathered to honor the Staff Award recipients being recognized for their contributions, dedication, talent, and enthusiasm to the university and greater Rochester community. 3 important awards are being bestowed today. The Staff Community Service Award honors a university staff member whose commitment best exemplifies service to the university and the greater Rochester community. The Meliora Award recognizes staff members whose work performance and dedication during the preceding few years exemplify the university's motto, Meliora or Ever Better. The Whitmer Award for Distinguished Service is given to staff members whose careers have been characterized by outstanding and sustained contributions to the university. Nominations for all 3 award categories are submitted by members of the university community and are then reviewed by a selection committee. The accomplishments and dedication of our staff members is incredibly impressive, and 2020 was another outstanding year for this program. We are joined today by President Sarah Mangelsdorf, University of Rochester Board of Trustees Chair Rich Handler, Terry DiAugustino, Chief of Staff to the URMC CEO and Vice President of URMC, as well as Secretary to the Board and Chief of Staff to the President, Tony Green. Now I'd like to introduce University Board of Trustees Chair Rich Handler.
Thank you, Kathy. Am I unmuted? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kathy. University Human Resources is basically ground zero for the pulse of the university to advance our efforts to support a culture of engagement where all people can maximize their potential, contribute to the spirit of Meliora. People are complicated, and this objective is difficult in good times, but in hairy times like we're in today, it takes an entirely different level of complexity and importance. Kathy, thank you and the entire university HR team for all your work you've done during this period of quite craziness in our world. Speaking of leadership in times of crisis, I'd like to mention a few things on behalf of the entire board to every staff member on the Zoom today. The trustees recognize the endless amount of work, sacrifice, emotional pain, and difficulty every one of you on this call have been experiencing throughout this year. Please know that you're not only pulling our university through this difficult period, but you're basically, you're helping despite all this endless amount of work, sacrifice, and emotional pain, and we understand how hard it is. Each of you should be incredibly proud of yourselves for being truly the difference maker between all of us getting through this together. I'd also like to add that this will end, and because of your great efforts and dedication, the sun will shine again on our university. But it's also very clear that we're going to become one of those institutions that because of all of your efforts, we will emerge even stronger because of each of you. I also have a few thoughts about the winners of this year's awards. True leaders make a difference when times are tough. That's when it's easier to lose perspective, become disillusioned, and allow negative energy to pervade your spirits. Each of the winners have been exposed to all the hardships that everyone else at our university has been exposed to this year. Every one of you have a built-in excuse of why you couldn't rally and persevere. Instead, each of you did the exact opposite. You remained positive, outwardly motivating to others, and lifted everyone you touched through their emotions and spirits. You're each amazing. I'd like to thank each of you for distinguishing yourselves during one of the most challenging periods in our university and our country's history. Later in the program, we will recognize recipients of the Whitmer Distinguished Service Award in honor of Bob Whitmer, one of the university's most distinguished alumni. Bob's a dedicated civic and legal leader, a lifelong athlete, a person of great integrity, intelligence, and grace. And Bob has had a profound impact on the University of Rochester community over the course of his 7 decades. We all know Bob's legacy, the remarkable man he was to his family, the Rochester community, and the entire Rochester community. This is the first ceremony since Bob's death in August of 2019. I just want everyone to recognize that, we know that Bob is with everyone here today. He loved this event, and I'm sure he's smiling right next to all of us. I'd now like to introduce someone who I know needs no introduction to any of you, the person who is with you in the trenches every single day, leading by example, compassion, poise, and competence. Our president, Sarah Mangelsdorf.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy and Rich, for those welcoming remarks and kind words. I'm really glad all of you can be with us to celebrate the tremendous work of the people we are honoring today. As Kathy mentioned, the members of the selection committee for the staff awards had some tough decisions to make. I think they probably do every year because we have such wonderful staff. It must be really hard to figure out as they carefully and thoughtfully review each nomination to try to figure out who should receive the award. So I'd really like to thank the committee members for their time and consideration of all of our outstanding nominations we received this year, or actually last year, because we're honoring you. These are the 2020 awards. Many of you have heard me say that our staff are truly the unsung heroes of the university. They are the ones working behind the scenes, and Rich alluded to that, to support critical functions, doing everything from maintaining our facilities to making sure our students, faculty, and staff have everything they need to be successful. They provide care for patients and families and for each other, and they ensure all of our operations, from finance to human resources to IT, are functioning efficiently. Many of our award recipients give back to our community too, as volunteers, as mentors, as coaches and advocates for projects and organizations they believe in. They're a remarkable group of people. I'll now turn the program back to Kathy, who will tell us more about each of this year's winners.
Thank you, Sarah. So our first award presented today is the Staff Community Service Award. This award recognizes a non-management staff member who's dedicated themselves to service at a nonprofit organization within the greater Rochester community. A cash award of $1,500 has been awarded to this year's recipient, and an additional $1,000 has been donated to her organization in her honor. In addition, the university has waived the cost of her employee parking for this fiscal year. This year's recipient is Jessica Kosakevich. Jessica is a clinical pharmacist in the specialty pharmacy. She was nominated for her dedicated volunteer service to Wild Wings, a nonprofit facility in Mendon which cares for permanently injured birds of prey. In her 10 years with Wild Wings, she has not only worked with the animals, but has also taken on additional roles of leading educational programs and traveling demonstrations and serving as fundraising chair, and interviewing and training new volunteers on feeding, cleaning, and handling the animals. Jessica was also instrumental in the submission of the proposal to expand Wild Wings to include the Nature Center at Mendon Ponds Park. Terry Kosakevich, the director of Wild Wings, stated in her letter of support, Jessica is a role model for volunteers and the public, and that she is the ideal representation of a passionate, responsible, and dedicated individual, and epitomizes the values of the University of Rochester and Wild Wings. Her work ethic and her values are remarkable. Congratulations, Jessica, and I'd like to welcome you to give some remarks.
Thank you so much for your kind words. On behalf of myself as well as Wild Wings, I'd first like to thank the university for their generosity. I'm truly grateful for their recognition of the hard work and dedication of their employees. I would like to thank Betsy Smith for nominating me for this award and scouring the internet for photographs of me volunteering with Wild Wings to submit along with her nomination. Thank you for only submitting the most flattering photos of me because I know you passed on some good hand-talking action shots. Thank you to my supervisor, Allison Cherwinski, who has advocated for Wild Wings and has understood my deep commitment to both Strong and Wild Wings. Lastly, thank you to Wild Wings, who to me has always given me far more than I have given them. Because of Wild Wings, I met my husband and have my beautiful family. Wild Wings has nurtured my passion for environmental conservation and education and has allowed me to serve the greater Rochester community. I am forever grateful for everything Wild Wings has brought into my life. Congratulations to the other award recipients here tonight, and thank you once more for the university's recognition of its incredible staff.
Thank you, Jessica, for those very gracious remarks. We really appreciate all that you have done and really want to celebrate your achievements. I am going to turn the program over now to Terry D'Agostino, Chief of Staff to the URMC CEO and Vice President of URMC, and she's going to talk about the Meliora Award winners.
Thank you, Kathy. I'm delighted to present the recipients. You can hear me. Okay, I am delighted to present the recipients of the 2020 Meliora Awards. We have two individual recipients who received $1,000 and the much coveted waiver of parking fees for this year. And we have one team recipient who received $3,000 in support of their team's work. All are recognized for outstanding work performance that exemplifies the university motto, Meliora or ever better. So let's begin with the first Meliora Award recipient. Elisa Hathaway is the director of Project Stronger at the Mount Hope Family Center. Elisa was cited for her leadership and expertise in spearheading programs for vulnerable children impacted by trauma and for training other professionals who serve children. The children and families she works with rave about the quality of care they receive. The students she supervises continue to be impacted by their development long after their educations are completed, and her colleagues express tremendous respect for her leadership and contributions. Sherry Toth, Executive Director for the Mount Hope Family Center, shared in her nomination. Elisa is an exceptional mentor of students and supervisor of junior clinical staff. Sherry also explained how Elisa tirelessly shares her expertise and is a consistent, supportive presence to everyone throughout the center. Congratulations, Elisa, and we invite you to say a few words.
Thank you. I think I'm not muted, correct? President Mangelsdorf, committee members, faculty, honorees, guests, and family. I'm tremendously honored to be here with you all and receive the University of Rochester's Meliora Award. I want to thank Doctors Jody Manley, Sherry Toth, Robin Sturm, and Karen Mackey, whom I consider to be colleagues, mentors, and friends, for nominating me for this meaningful award. And I'd also like to extend that thanks to those of you who selected me as a worthy recipient. My entire adult life has been linked to the university, from attending there as an undergraduate student to discovering the brilliant gem of Mount Hope Family Center, where I have thrived with a 26-year career thus far, to obtaining my doctorate degree from the Warner School. I have gained such broader awareness of myself and those I serve with and on behalf of through these various experiences. I've continuously observed and felt the spirit of giving to others through my university involvement. In reflecting upon my different phases of the university, my undergraduate experience was all about exposure, new people, new opportunities, new ways of thinking, new ways of being, new ways of supporting others. When I joined Mount Hope Family Center, I grew to consider it as one of my homes, and my friends and colleagues through Mount Hope became a part of my family. I had the tremendous fortune of learning from the best in the field about evidence-based service delivery, the importance of translational research, and how to provide thoughtful, integrous, informed care and support for others. The Mount Hope family has been a guiding beacon in the work for children and families in this community and beyond, and for me in the development of my personal and professional self. The Warner School provided me with framework and foundation to some of what I already was providing, and attuned mentorship and opportunity for enhanced reflection. I'm forever grateful for the many facets of the university I've had the privilege to intersect with. I am proud to share that my son decided to attend the University of Rochester and began as an undergraduate student in the fall, and my husband has begun taking classes through the Warner School in pursuit of his doctorate degree. I have always tried to embody the university's motto, Meliora, and the university, Mount Hope Family Center, the Warner School, my friends and colleagues, those I work on behalf of, and especially my family, have and will continue to be the reasons I strive for being and doing ever better. Thank you, and congratulations to all the award recipients.
Thank you, Elisa. Our next award recipient is Cam Schaff. Cam is the Director of Campus Dining Services and Auxiliary Operations. There he is. He was recognized for his leadership, collaboration, and support of initiatives to address the serious issue of food insecurity faced by students. Holly Crawford, Senior Vice President for Administration and Finance and the university's CFO, stated in her nomination letter, Cam is a collaborative and visible leader who is engaged in the life of the institution, and that his positive and uplifting spirit, coupled with his willingness to make the campus community better, is what Meliora is all about. Cam has created a fertile environment in which new initiatives can grow quickly to respond to students' needs. His responsiveness and sheer pluck moved an on-campus food pantry from a great idea into a permanent, sustainable feature at the heart of the River campus. Congratulations, Cam. We welcome you to give us some remarks.
Thank you very much. And thank you to Sarah and everyone else that helped make this award ceremony possible. I'm truly humbled and honored to receive this award. From the moment that I interviewed at the University of Rochester, it was clear to me that the University of Rochester is a place that embraces and uplifts collaboration and puts students first. I was excited after my first interview to be able to come to this university to work in that manner. I'm particularly honored to receive recognition for collaboration in this year, where collaboration has been the main thing that has allowed this university to continue to move forward. The collaborative effort and the collaborative spirit of all of the people that I work with every day it is uplifting and really keeps me going on a daily basis. It's hard not to have a positive attitude when there's so many positive people to work with. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my wonderful team in auxiliary operations, my wonderful team in dining, and my peers in administration and finance. Without all of their support and help, I wouldn't have the ability to spend time collaborating as much as I do. It's a great privilege to work with all of them. And I also want to thank Holly Crawford for giving me the time and the support to be able to work on all of these projects. Last but not least, I want to give a special thanks to Anne-Marie Algier. Anne-Marie was part of the interview team that interviewed me in the very beginning and made sure that as soon as I came to campus, I hit the ground running. She introduced me to people, got me on committees, and really started me on this path of collaborating at the University of Rochester. Without her, I don't know where I'd be today. I want to thank everyone that supported me. I want to thank my nominees, Emily and Molly. And I want to thank everyone that supported this nomination and everyone that voted for me. I want to congratulate all the fellow winners. And this is just a great place to work. Even in these incredibly hard times, there's a great spirit here at the University of Rochester, and I'm very proud to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cam. I keep waiting for the applause here. So today's final 2020 Meliora Award recipient is the UR Medicine Employee Wellness Team. This team is recognized for accomplishments that have measurably improved the well-being of our workforce while creating an exceptional workplace culture. The team was built on a vision of creating a unique and comprehensive employee wellness program. Initially created by the School of Nursing for the university's employees, the program's success and superb clinical outcomes have led employers across the region to adopt it, thanks to the team's passion for quality and flexibility. School of Nursing Dean Kathy Rideout stated in her nomination letter, for the Center for Employee Wellness, the wellness program is not just a product, it's their purpose, and that every member of the team is wholly invested in the mission. Congratulations. Speaking for the team is Renu Singh.
Thank you, Terry. On behalf of the wellness team, I want to just start by thanking our frontline and essential workers, the University and Medical Center leadership team, just for their continued strength and thoughtful navigation in this uncharted territory. We just want you to know we appreciate you. We also want to acknowledge Dean Rideout. Without her support, it would have been very difficult to achieve the milestones that we're being recognized for today. Our goal is simple, it's uniform and simple. It's to enable and empower people to live their healthiest lives, to prevent chronic disease and to improve the lives of those who are living with chronic conditions simply by adapting healthier lifestyles. There's 42 people on our team, and they include our clinicians, nurses, fitness specialists, and nutritionists, our tech team of programmers and coders, customer service, client relationships, sales, data integrity, and outcomes team. Together, they're responsible for a program that's demonstrated great improvement in the health and lives of the people that we serve. The team has achieved wellness industry milestones that have not been matched in the literature. The measured reduction in cardiovascular disease for almost 50% of the population that we serve is just one of those outcomes. That's almost double what was achieved by Dee Eddington, a leader in the wellness industry. In addition, the engagement rate into condition management coaching programs is phenomenal. We have achieved rates of up to or beyond 20% engagement when the industry average hovers around 4 to 6%. Those are just some examples of what we've been able to achieve. I think our program, one thing we're very clear about is our program is working. The feedback we get from grateful clients whose lives are changed as a result of the program is what sustains us. You know, the notes of gratitude we receive from employees tends to go viral among our team. It's almost like it serves as a fuel for us. I think in addition, I just have to acknowledge that there are employers and insurance brokers in our region who recognize the value of prevention and personal empowerment and who recognize the commitment and partnership it takes to get there. Examples of which include our own University of Rochester and companies also like ITX, a tech company that utilizes our services and that partnered with us for our initial design, building our personalized wellness portal. In addition, there are companies, insurance brokerage companies like Smola Consulting Company and Brown & Brown Employee Benefits, all of who supported this nomination, who really just get us. They believe in what we are doing and they understand the value that we bring to employers. It's really their commitment to excellence that's helped us provide services to over 50 organizations in the community. And of course, our wellness team, whose passion and dedication has made our program truly exceptional. We're honored to receive the Meliora Award, and we're absolutely committed to upholding the rigor and the values of the UR brand. Congratulations to all the award recipients this evening, and thank you again for recognizing our program with this prestigious Meliora Award. Thank you.
Thanks, Renu. Before I turn this over to Tony Green, I just want to echo Sarah's thanks to the Whitmer Meliora committee members who really spend countless hours poring over dozens of really well-deserving nominations and making really difficult choices. As grueling as I make that sound, I will also say it is one of the most inspiring tasks that we all get to do every year. And everybody walks away feeling really good after reading about what our colleagues are doing. So I appreciate that. And I want to thank everybody who takes the time to nominate colleagues, because that's really, really important. So I'll now turn this over to Tony Green for the final awards today.
Thank you, Terry. I couldn't agree more that the day that the committee gets to review these nominations is one of the best days of the year.
Yeah.
Now I have the honor of announcing our final award. The Whitmer Award for Distinguished Service recognizes staff whose careers are characterized by outstanding and sustained contributions to the university in their quality of work, excellence in service, positive image of the university to the community, and creative problem solving, resulting in significant improvements to operations. The 3 recipients of this award have received a permanent one-time $1,500 increase in base salary and the waiver of their employee parking fees for this year. I'm happy to now present the 2020 Whitmer Awards for Distinguished Service. Our first recipient to spotlight today is Walt Petit, Associate Director of University Facilities and Services for URMC Facilities Operations, who has 20 years of service with the university. Walt was cited for his ability to frequently step in and take charge of emergency situations to restore service to the medical center and the patient care environment safely and within a minimum amount of time. Dr. Michael Kamali, Chair of the Department of Emergency Medicine, in his letter of support said, Walt has been instrumental in maintaining our amazingly complex facility. Walt and the teams he represents is an unsung hero of Strong Memorial Hospital. He is always there and always willing to do whatever is needed. In addition to his outstanding performance in keeping his customers satisfied, Walt has also been instrumental in helping employees enhance their growth and realize their full potential, allowing others to give the commitment to the university that Walt does himself. Congratulations, Walt, and we welcome you to give remarks.
Thank you, Tony, for that introduction, and good afternoon to everyone, and congratulations to all the award winners. I would first like to take this opportunity to introduce my wife, Patricia, and my daughter, Kristen, who were able to join us today via Zoom. So glad you were able to be with us. I would like to take, furthermore, I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize and thank Kate Miller, the Director of Census Management, and Kathy Durna, the Director of Administration and Finance for University Facilities and Services, for nominating me for this Whitmer Distinguished Service Award. I'm humbled by receiving this nomination from Kate and Kathy, as I have high regard for the service that each of them have demonstrated in their leadership positions over the years that I've been able to work with both of them. In addition, I would like to thank Mark Schwartz, my director, for your letter of support and your unwavering support of me for over the 20 years of working together. We must say it's been an incredible journey that continues. In addition, I'd like to recognize and thank Amber Foster, the Director of Ambulatory Administration, and Dr. Michael Kamali, Professor of Emergency Medicine, for your letters of supporting my nomination. Once again, I appreciate the professionalism that each of you always display. It is always a joy to work with each of you. I would also like to thank the selection committee that was co-chaired by Terry D'Agostino and Tony Green for your consideration of my nomination and your support of my selection. It is very humbling for me to be nominated and selected by this distinguished group of professionals who I hold in high regard for their leadership and their respective positions throughout the university. I also feel honored and fortunate to be part of an incredible facilities team in supporting the healthcare research and education missions of this medical center. As a facilities professional, I can think of no other type of organization that a facilities person can be employed that affords one, to have the opportunity to create an environment that supports patient healing, researchers to conduct world-renowned research and discovery, and faculty to educate and train future doctors. It is incredible. Given the pandemic that has occurred over the past 10 plus months, it is clear that none of us experienced anything as difficult as this pandemic has caused in our lives. So it's obvious to see the critical importance of what we get to do every day in supporting this vital mission. I've been able to witness the incredible medical center and hospital leadership being displayed daily in managing this pandemic outbreak, and the many difficult decisions that had to be made along the way when not all the information was available. I have seen the leadership make those difficult decisions and adapt along the way as more information became available to make the right choices. This is just one of the many reasons why I'm so proud to be part of this facility support team. I don't think it can get any better than this as a facilities professional. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge and recognize the incredible facilities leadership team that I'm fortunate to serve with, because it takes a team effort to pursue excellence in all we do. Our leadership team consists of Mark Schwartz as director, Joe Levine, assistant director, and we have 7 managers that lead another 230 professional, administrative, and support and trade staff. They include Jim Battaglia, Julie Chapman, Matthew Folks, David Featherman, Teresa Fleming, Brian Mackay, Gary Smith, and a special recognition for Susan Pearson, as she is our administrative assistant who keeps us all on track. I'm not sure what we would do without her incredible support. Lastly, I'd also like to recognize and honor my wife, Patricia, my daughter, Kristen, for their steadfast support throughout my career as I pursued my passion for supporting the mission of this medical center that sometimes impacted our family life. I'm so thankful for their support as I pursued this passion. I could not do what I get to do if it were not for their support and understanding. In closing, I consider myself to be honored and fortunate to be in my role as a facilities professional in support of this medical center as we strive to be ever better in all that we do. And we declare Meliora, thanks to all.
Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Our next Whitmer Award recipient is Barbara Sott, Director of Human Resources Services, who has over 40 years of service. Barb is being recognized for her unique talent for organizational development and leadership coaching that has benefited the university at virtually every level. And I know this for a fact because I've benefited from this so much myself. She has assisted hundreds of university constituents to develop creative solutions to problems that result in more effective and efficient departments, using her wisdom and advice to drive positive outcomes. Peg Lee, Associate Director for Medical Center HR Operations, stated in her letter of support that Barb has the unique ability to connect with people of all backgrounds. And the feedback that I receive from individuals after working with her is how much they appreciate her advice, her guidance, and most importantly, her sense of humor. Congratulations, Barb, and we welcome you to give remarks.
Thank you, Tony, and thank you most of all to my wonderful team who nominated me for this distinguished award. It was really a great joy to hear that I was selected this year. And as I reflect on our 41-year now career at the university, I would never have imagined then that I would be sitting here now in this position. I came to the university not really knowing exactly what kind of job I was going to do. And I've been extraordinarily fortunate over these years to have worked for individuals who saw in me qualities that I was not yet aware of. And I've had wonderful opportunities because of that. And the first few were in University Health Service, where I was working in, is now called University Counseling Center, and where I did pick up some tips that later in my career have been put to good use. And then found my way to human resources at a time when I was not exactly sure what, in fact, human resources was all about, and discovered employee relations and a passion for helping employees and their supervisors to communicate and to work effectively together, and discovered the profession of coaching as a tool to achieving that. And it has been my greatest joy and passion over the last 20 years or so to be applying those skills, building those skills, sharing those skills with others so that they can work to their most effective levels. And that is the thing that gives me greatest joy every day when I have the opportunity to watch someone discover their pathway to success and effectiveness. So I want to thank everyone who was involved in this nomination process, and to, again, my many colleagues in my team and in HR and in the entire medical center and non-medical center communities that I have had the privilege to support through these just couple of years. It's only 40. And thank you all very much. And I really appreciate the award. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. Our final award recipient is Kenneth Streb. Ken is the Director of Strategic Business Analytics for Strong Memorial Hospital Finance, with 20 years of service at the university. Ken has brought constant devotion and a positive attitude to business improvement plans, electronic medical record implementations, and pricing for hospital services, as well as numerous other projects. His main focus is the continuous improvement and development of the institution. With a door that is always open, he welcomes everyone with a smile and a solution. Ken is one of those team players that make the players around him, says Lee Albert, Revenue Integrity Director of Finance. Lee goes on to say that Lee Albert also shared in his nomination letter that Ken's everyday approach to work and life makes the university a better institution. Congratulations, Ken, and we invite you to give remarks.
Thank you, Tony, and thank you, President Mangelsdorf. I'm truly honored to receive this award. I'd like to congratulate all the other recipients of the award. It's truly an honor and it's very humbling. I'd like to start by thanking Matt Engel for nominating me. I'd also like to thank Carrie Fuller Spencer, Adam Analik, and Lee Albert for writing letters of support and for their ongoing support each and every day. Over the past 21 years at the U of R and many years prior at Highland, I have been tasked with evaluating the financial and operational impact of process changes, new technologies, changes in regulations, and overall recommendations for improvement. If I've learned one thing, it's if you think you know all the answers, you'll very quickly be made to look foolish. The key is knowing how to ask and answer the right questions. Whenever I have failed to keep this in mind, I haven't done my best work. But knowing that only gets you so far. There are three other key ingredients critical to the best outcomes. I have had those three ingredients in abundance. Bear in mind, these ingredients have nothing to do with me and everything to do with those around me. First, when evaluating any process change, you need to seek answers from the subject matter experts. More importantly, you need to address their questions and challenges. In their questions and challenges are most often the keys to moving forward. The cooperation I have received from friends and colleagues in patient financial services, health information management, revenue integrity, finance, department administrators, the medical faculty group, physicians and clinicians has been nothing short of outstanding. I am indebted to them for their contributions. However, this cooperation doesn't happen in a vacuum. There needs to be a second ingredient, a culture that promotes and nurtures the Meliora spirit. Our senior leadership team has always set the tone to seek the ever better result and never to rest on your laurels. On a personal level, I can't tell you how many times over the years, Kathy Parinello and Steve Goldstein have encouraged me to seek the ever better answer and challenged me with their own questions. Finally, you need the support of those closest to you. I have been blessed with a kind and loving wife, Janet. The 8 wonders of our world have been a constant source of joy to us, that being our daughter, Melissa, our sons, Adam and Mark, and our 5 adorable grandchildren. They, along with our children's spouses and our extended family, have provided joy even after the most difficult days. The past year has been a year of unprecedented challenges. Our response to the COVID pandemic can be summed up as resilient, well-organized, and awesome in spite of the many obstacles. I believe it's been that way because at our core, we have always acted as a team dedicated to the ever better results in caring for our patients. All of us are crucial to the success in caring for our patients, whether we are clinicians, work in support services, make sure supplies get in the door, figure out how to get bills out the door, or spend a good part of our days on Zoom and working with Excel spreadsheets. We are all part of a team with one goal in mind, the ever better outcome. I'd like to leave you with a personal story regarding the best in caring for our patients. Working in finance, I encounter patients and their families in the hallways, the cafeteria, or in this case, at the coffee cart in the main lobby. One day, many years ago, the line was especially long. A couple in front of me started a conversation. As we moved down the line, we passed the large picture in the main lobby of a little boy smiling up at the camera. After seeing the picture, the woman went on to tell me the story of her grandson. She finished by telling me that he was here today because of the many wonderful things done at this hospital. An unsolicited comment from a grateful grandmother to me, a total stranger. That encounter left an indelible impression on me about the many wonderful things done at the U of R and its affiliates that are indicative of how well-run an organization we are. I can only conclude by saying, I am so very proud to work for an organization of this caliber. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. I'll now turn the program back over to our president, Sarah Mangelsdorf.
So I just want to say I'm so impressed with all our award winners. And I am very thankful that we're able to recognize our employees through the Whitmer, Meliora, and Community Service Awards. And this time, next year, we'll also be honoring someone with the Lamar Murphy Award, which I see Lamar and Bill on our Zoom today. Because of these awards, we are able to recognize the incredible contributions of our fellow employees whose work truly does exemplify our motto, Meliora. My understanding is that since the program inception, the university has had the privilege of recognizing 89 individuals and teams who have positively impacted and made their mark on the U of Rochester and the greater Rochester community. We have recognition boards which are displayed to permanently acknowledge all our past and current award recipients. One of them is located just down, I'm in Wallace Hall all by myself right now. Not too many people come to Wallace Hall these days, but when the campus opens up again, I do encourage you to come look at the award board in Wallace Hall. And the other award board is located the North Corridor near the Medical Center executive offices in the Medical Center. And once again, I extend my appreciation to all who are involved with these awards. And once again, I want to congratulate our outstanding staff members on their accomplishments and their well-deserved recognition. Thank you to all of you for everything you do every day for our university. I am very hopeful that when we have this event next year, we get to do it in person. And by the way, that parking, that free parking, does it extend to when people are actually coming to campus and parking? I hope so, because free parking during a pandemic, except for those at the medical center, isn't much of a prize. So I will check with Kathy Galucci about that. Thank you all for coming today.